in the Box restaurants are having a taco sale. You can get 3 of our delicious regular tacos for just 89 cents. Or you can get 2 of our great big super tacos for just 99 cents. But you better hurry. The sale ends September 26th.
Yes, indeed. It is time for me to turn off the image. Hello, Groovy Archives. Hello, Global Pop Culture. It's me, Dan. Whose hair is doing crazy stuff, and my mom is here, and my brother Rich is here. Hey, Rich, how you doing out in Apple Valley? It's 10:01, and that means it's time for Krazy Kids Food Live. And today I'm doing not Jack in the Box. I'm doing fast food. Fast food. It was interesting. I was looking through commercials to sort of start this thing out, and most of them are oriented towards adults because that's who the main fast food TV audience was for. But fast food also did a lot of promotions and a lot of stuff for kids, and a lot of fast food had characters that were meant to entice kids to want to go have fast food. So I'm going to start with Jack in the Box, which is my favorite. I don't know if it was my absolute favorite place as a kid, fast food place. I mean, I was a big Pup and Taco fan, which actually I have one Pup and Taco thing, which I didn't pull out, which is an ad. But Jack in the Box was the one that sort of had the most consistent, interesting character stuff. And one of the things everybody remembers are the Jack in the Box bendable buddies, which this is the actual countertop display box made by Imperial Toy Corp, which made lots and lots of these kind of things. Originally contained 4 dozen of these guys, small fry. And I think I got this one off of eBay. And there's the header, which of course has fallen off. But I always wondered how they would have merchandised these if they just had the signs, which I have some of the signs, but they had these, nice dump boxes. And of course, after I got the box, I went to the flea market and just started picking up all the guys because these used to be around for like $0.25 and $1. I think they're a little better now. Onion ring thing being the best of the whole crew. But it was, you got small fry, you got Jack, you got the secret sauce agent, you got the hamburger meister, and just a great set of characters. I was never a huge the McDonald's fan. And we ate at McDonald's and I liked it, but I didn't like the Ronald and all those characters. Jack in the Box these characters always appealed a lot more to me, and it's just such a neat box. Nothing on the bottom, but it's kind of fallen apart and it's just seen better days. But this is the only one of these I've ever seen, so I think it's a pretty fantastic piece. And some of the other really classic premiums that most of these you can find out there in the world. This one is crazy amazing. This is the Secret Sauce Factory game on one side, which is this sort of Clue sort of thing, and it's it's meant to be cut out, and you have all the playing pieces, and the art on these things just absolutely beautiful and incredible. Onion ring thing is just like the neatest thing ever. And then on the flip side is another whole different game, which is more of a board game, and this one's, what is this called? This is Jack's Fantastic Race Game. And actually, I think maybe these are for the one side and the other ones are for the other side. I don't know. But just so much went into these games. They're just the art on these, and I had these when I was a kid. I don't ever remember playing them. I probably just had this thing, and it's all die cut, so you can just punch these all out. Just like super cool. I love it. And another really great one is the Jack's Road to Fun. And that was the thing about a lot of these things. I didn't save any of these from childhood, but I had all these when I was a kid. Because once I saw them again, I remember them. And this is just a big, crazy fold out that's huge. And, you know, it tells the story of them trying to go to this concert. And like, big parts of it are coloring parts. And then there's, on the other side, there's like there's a crossword there. Then on the back is like sort of a Mad Libsy sort of thing. But this is what I just loved as a kid. You know, these maps. And these things are very related to Harry Nilsson's The Point, which was an animated cartoon that Harry Nilsson did a whole rock opera. And, you know, here this big one there at the thing. And so this stuff is all sort of influenced by that, in my opinion. And it drives me crazy how gorgeous it is. Just really, really, really neat. Yeah, and you know, so there's just puzzles and games and coloring and drawing and just really neat ones. This one also really wonderful. It's a cool little haunted house punch out for Halloween. And then you'd slide these things into this and you'd see the little characters through the windows. You know, Jack in the Box serves hauntingly good food, supernaturally fast. So, you know, they were hiring really, really nice artists to do these things. And then there's also these really cool... These were some of the earliest things I found when I started collecting again. And they're pretty easy to find, and they're pretty common out there, and there's 3 of them. This weird rich guy. And, of course, you know, these all have the onion ring thing, which is just... I mean... Ooh, and each one has a record. And then it's a little comic book. And, of course, then there's puzzles and other things to do inside, too. And, yeah, so there's 3 of those. And just these wonderful lost sort of remnants of whatever. Oh, there's the box ball. Here's the little tag for it. And then here's the box ball, which, you know, everyone in Southern California probably had a bunch of these. And the fun thing was, at one point, I found this earlier version. This is the earlier Jack in the Box clown, which I've only ever found a couple of things with him on it, but it's another box ball. So the second iteration of box ball, which I always thought was the main iteration of the box ball, was not that. Cool little photo of a masquerade at the artist's ball at the Beverly Hilton costume parade, and we have Big Boy, and we have the Jack in the Box costume. And there's also these little postcards you'll find. They're little promo postcards from an earlier time, where it has the nice picture of the drive-up thing. And that's the thing, you drive up and you speak into Jack and make your order. I always wanted one of these heads. They were always very expensive, and I never got one, which is okay. You know, huge stuff like that, probably better not in my life, because I only have so much room in my life. This one's really interesting, too. This is it's a little spinner. So what this would have done was, all these things would have folded together somehow and made a little whirligig thing, and then you would put that on your antenna, and as you drove down the road, it would spin, and people would see Jack. Neat. This one's a pretty odd one, too. This is the Quattro Jack in the Box 60-second game of speed and concentration. So it's a little magic slate game. But if you look really carefully, this is hand lettered. So this is a little prototype for a premium that they were going to think about making. Look at the stylus is just drawn on there. So we found this at the flea market. It's just mounted up on a piece of artboard. And that's the crazy stuff you can find sometimes when a company's local, like Jack in the Box. You find stuff like that at the flea market. Let's see. A couple other weird things. These are some Halloween glow-in-the-dark stickers, which are really cool. And this is a really old one, Jack in the Box Magic Club, with my buddy Rick Vieira, who lives up in Northern California, and I got this from him. he had saved that. I think Rick watches these videos sometimes, so there you go. A little shout out to you, Rick. Direct mail advertising, buy one get one free, to the resident in Glendale. Pretty neat. Now we got, we'll do this crazy one. For years and years, we'd go to the Long Beach flea market, and there were these people that were set up, and they'd use as their tablecloths, they'd use this giant Jack-in-a-Box vinyl hopscotch mat. Look at how gigantic this thing is. And I would always, every month we'd go there. It'd drive me crazy because I wanted this thing. And, and I'd ask the people, please sell me one of those. And they're like, no, these are our tablecloths, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, of course, I found one somewhere else and have happily lived with this big, stupid vinyl thing in my life, which doesn't really necessarily add much to my life, but okay. Now we have some packaging, French fries a little later, Super Scoop, which is the bigger scoop, your golden French fries, and then another color variation on Super Scoop. Flattened, I think I got these ones from Jason probably. Hot apple turnover. This is neat. This is like a little foil bag for the Jack steak. Foil. And then at a certain point they realized we should put it in like a nice little box. And the ends fold up and locks it down and makes a cool little Jack steak upside down. Jack steak. Nice foil hamburger wrapper, or is that yeah, that's the hamburger burrito. Oops, another hamburger wrapper. Cheeseburger, hard to see. These foil ones are always hard to sort of deal with, but they're really pretty. This one's really nice. Paper, unused. It's a double Jack. I mean, it's just like, how beautiful is that? And you imagine, they printed these off at 10 million of them at a time. Oh, this is funny. This is the bonus Jack. Seems like I maybe eat bonus Jacks. And then that little spinner. Here's an unpunched one. As you can see, it's a little earlier Jack-in-a-Box, and you'd put it right there, and it would spin on your antenna until it fell off. And then lastly, we have a little takeout bag. And that's the thing about, so much of this kind of stuff is you're collecting the premiums, you're collecting the packaging, you're collecting the display items, and it's pretty, there's a lot of different categories of stuff. Okay, these ones are great. These are big Jack-in-a-Box masks. As you can see, they started with Jack and Secret Sauce Agent and it's Burgermeister, right? Hamburger Meister. Yeah, Hamburger Meister. So I've got the Jack. I got the Secret Sauce Agent. This big nose. And then the funny thing is, I'll see if I can get this out without destroying it. Here's the Hamburger Meister, but those other two fold. This one does not fold, and then this one also says that they made small fry. So I don't know if these ones were first. These ones were probably first, and then they made the ones that folded because they took up less space. Because, look at how gigantic this is, and everything's just hanging on with a thread. So I can't imagine they were really that easy to distribute. Ooh, it's hot out there. Hot in California. I don't know if it's hot where you're at, but it is hot where we are. Now these ones are Jack's Super Scooper, which is the company magazine. So you get like great press photos like this. I guess they had shakes. They guys dress up as the shakes. Lots of employee stuff. Here's one of the shakes cleaning the floor. Somebody made a Jack in the Box watch out McDonald's snowman. Here's one from 77. And this one's even thicker. Most of this one's pretty corporate. This one's really corporate. But here we're seeing the new brand identity. Boo! This is when we're going to this. Ugh. And I mean, I'm sure there's reasons why they wanted to sort of be a little less kid focused and fun focused. What are you gonna do? Yeah, so there's, I don't know. At one point, like about 15 years ago, Jack in the Box was having an anniversary, and they had a show down in San Diego, because that's where they're at, San Diego. And they borrowed a bunch of stuff from a museum show. They brought a bunch of stuff from my collection to be in the show. So, somebody cares. This next pile, and it's a pile, these are the signs that would go up in the restaurant. So, actually, why don't I have the metal ones on top? I should do the metal ones first. The metal ones, I think. The initial ones are metal. So this is screen print metal, 2 sides, onion rings, and the picture of the onion rings. And you can see the really early Jack in the Box packaging. I think I had one of those one time. Trader sold it a bunch. Trader sold a bunch of that stuff. Chicken with French fries. So it's a little basket that comes with some chicken and some fries. Hot apple turnover. And as you can see, the consistent lettering, consistent packaging, consistent size. So they started with these metal ones, I think. And then they went to some paper screen print ones. The free Jack cups, which I actually have the cups too. And I mean, this is these signs were done by someone else, because I mean, look at this. This is a very inexpensive mock-up. Got the shakes, Jack, Hamburger Meister, small fry, and of course my favorite, the onion ring thing. Oh, and on the back, kind of the older Jack in the Box logo. So you can see these are kind of a transition. Here's the paper one for Jack's Road to Fun. The art on this one's a little nicer, but you can see stories, coloring, games, puzzles. Free with any purchase. Okay, so it's free. So that's super cool. And then we get to my favorites. And this is the point at which they've gone to plastic. Here are the Bendable Buddies. And that's pretty much the same art that's on the... similar art to what's on the front of the box. Collect all 5. Only 25 cents each. Even though on that box it said 59 cents. So maybe they sold them in stores too. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then... or maybe they did them 3, 4, 5, 10 times. Who knows? The price kept coming up. And then here they came back for Christmas and they raised the price to 29 cents. It's really cool having them all sort of fall out of the stocking. Why do you guys keep doing it? Stop. I'll put you there. Here we go. Comic book with record that tells you a story. This one's really boring. The box ball. And I bought all these, except a couple of, I think I bought a couple of the metal ones one time, and then I bought all the rest of these at one time. They probably just came out of some McDonald's, Jack in the Box. And there's those safety stickers, Jack-o'-lantern, collect all 3 sets. Maybe I only had 2 of the sets, I don't know. The hopscotch mat game. As you can see, I have most of the signs for most of the premiums, not for the masks or some of the other ones, but a lot of the premiums I have the signs for, which is cool. Generic Frisbee. This one's really neat, and this is something I would love to find. Jack's special gift offer. It's gift certificates for Christmas. And many, many, many times we did. I don't know that we ever did Jack in the Box, but maybe my grandma, someone would give us McDonald's ones. And those were kind of special. This is a premium I remember. The Liberty Mug. It seems like we probably bought some of these, because we definitely had some floating around for years and years. And as you can see, Jack in the Box and the KGB chicken, which was, I think the San Diego chicken, I think they called it at one point, poster calendar. Never seen this. And then another calendar from 75. There's a lot of these signs. Purchase your order with 2 or more rolls of pennies and get a medium drink free. There was a point at which pennies were scarce, and they needed pennies. There was a penny shortage. I don't know. We can look up the years in the pre-75, I believe. But yeah, so they were trying to get pennies because they couldn't make change. This one's really weird. Super Scoop. Remember we had those? I had a couple of those. Here's like a strange sort of character, and this one's, we're back on paper. We got away from paper, and then at the end I think we go back to paper. And then these ones are all just mostly just food related ones. Breakfast Jack, one of my favorite sandwiches. These signs are a lot of fun. Yeah, aren't they cool? They're just great. This was like, every once in a while, in my career I've had 8 or 10 or 15, probably 8 or 10 big finds of stuff. And it's just great. You get to see like a whole wide range of stuff that, like I said, I'd found 1 or 2 of the metal signs before this, and then I've gone from having 1 or 2 things in my collection to having 20 or 25 things. And that is always the glory, is when you run across that big grouping. And you keep some, and you move some along. I think most of these I kept. I don't think that there were a lot of duplicates on these guys. But you can see there's a very, they like these neon, these day glows, the bright red, bright yellow, bright orange. Very consistent through all these. Deluxe, deluxious. I don't know what that means. Really neat. This one's a paper, so this one's actually probably a little late. This is probably the later ones. Jack Burrito's already up to 59 cents, so this is probably, it still has Jack on here, but this is probably right at the end of when we went into that rebranding. And the rebranding happened in 77, so probably they had these plastic signs until 76, maybe 77. They went back to the paper ones, and then by the end of 77 the rebranding occurs, and this stuff's all dead until Jack returns. Olé! Super fun. We have a number of taco cells. I guess those tacos were a pretty popular thing at this point. And of course, that's one of the things with this kind of stuff, is no dates on most of it. Most of it completely without dates. And it's pretty interesting that they would mock up different ones, for essentially the same sales. They wouldn't just have a specific sort of go-to. Super Scoop. Nice. This is one I really, really like. This one's just really good looking, I think. It's screen print, so these are like dot matrix. These are dots. I mean, that's really good looking. Really, really good looking. Pink and yellow and white with the orange and red offset. Very pretty, very pretty, very, very pretty. Free small tab for all you tab collectors. Gotta be some tab collectors out there somewhere. And one of the people everybody remembers as being affiliated with Jack in the Box, Rodney Allen Rippey. Sign up and maybe you'll be in a TV commercial with me, or win a Sears motocross bike. So that puts it firmly in 1975 when kids were on motocross bikes. I probably should have found the Rodney. I think, does he do the little song? I think so, right? I don't know. My old brain. And then this one is just a weird one. Good morning. A newspaper for your convenience, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please return the paper for others to enjoy. Thank you. So that, that was the thing, is they want to sort of entice you to hang around the Jack in the Box. Yay, Rodney. Yes. Yay, Rodney is correct. Let's see. What's in this little box? This box is the box that says small items on it. Let's dig through this little box of small items. Where did my Tastee Freeze patch go? I moved that somewhere. That's strange. A little early clicker. And whoa, that blew out the poor microphone. These were super common when I was a kid, and we had them all. We had them all the time for all sorts of things. Some little name badges, Annette and Steven. What other one do I have? Oh, this is a blank one, so I can put Dan on there at some point. This one's a trainee. It should have had like a little something else fixed there. This is one of the earliest things I've ever found. And what it is, it's a keychain, and like the little metal thing unscrews. So that's the little Jack in the Box and the little clown head, and then you put your keys on it, and then you screw this back in. And then it would keep your keys. Like, wow. Such a for the bosses, something they would make for the boxes. Oh, this one has the thing still attached. Here's Terry, and it has like this little what does that say? 6 months. So you get this little bonus thing that you could glue on your badge to show how long you'd been there. And an early uniform patch. And then one more. I think there might be just one more Jack in the Box. This is the glory of it all, is like how ephemeral can you get? The ketchup pack. Somebody saved the ketchup pack. Thank you, person that saved the ketchup pack so many years ago. I appreciate that. Now we're gonna sort of dig into some of the other restaurants and some of the other things. We're gonna start off with Pioneer Chicken. The Pioneer Pete TV Magic Tricks Show #1. I was a magic kid when I was a kid. I loved magic. We used to go to Hollywood Magic. I used to buy all the crappy magic toys that they made in the 70s, thinking I could become a magician. I, of course, could not become a magician because I have very terrible hand-eye coordination, even though somehow I'm trying to survive as an artist at times. And this is great because it has all the tricks. The tricks are packed in this bag, and then the instructions, which you can see are tiny, are there. So there's a magic mouse, coin slide, thimble trick, cups and balls, magic tubes, and the rising wand. All packed in this little thing. And there's 2 or 3 of these. I had another one. I think I got rid of one of them. 1975. So crazy. TV Wonder Cards, which these were always a big thing about, trick decks. They had them in Thrifties. Glad to see. Oh, you traded. Oh, Nito Couville traded me one of these things. Thank you. There were like all these sort of magicians that were out there sort of selling their sort of weird bogus things, and this is, it's probably just a, total generic trick deck. What is it supposed to do? Reels is a regular deck, yet the magician can spectacularly tell exactly what card was chosen. So there's probably some sort of way you can, there's a code on each card so that you can read what it is. Oh, those magicians! Never trust a magician. I have a couple friends who are magicians that work at the Magic Castle. So. A nice direct mail postcard. I used to have one of those Pioneer Pete's. Pretty cool. Takes up a lot of room. Gets very dusty. And then a couple of great... one more thing. A couple of great comic books. And, wait, there's the San Diego chicken again. So San Diego chicken's getting into all the different fast food. Pioneer. Wait, that's the Pioneer bird. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know what. I don't know what from what. But you know, just great. In competition a bit with Bob's Big Boy, which put out monthly Magic Bag of Tricks. Oh, okay. So that came from Missouri. This is cool because it's a little table tent. So this probably would have had your number on it, and then you'd plopped it on the table. But there was one of these Pioneer takeouts here in LA, just a few miles from here for years and years. But we looked it up the other day, and it was gone. I don't have a lot of KFC things. I have a giant KFC sign, which we did on the signs show. But this is a neat little takeout box. I'm not going to fold it up too much, but it's a bicentennial one. So it's kind of nice because it sort of places it very directly in time. Wait, where was the other Orange Julius thing? We'll pull it out. These are pretty obscure. They're Del Taco iron-ons. And when we were kids, there was a the Del Taco was right next to the the Carl's Jr.? I can't remember. I think maybe it was a Carl's Jr. And so my mom and dad, everyone else would go to eat at the Del Taco, and then I would go to the Carl's Jr. because that's the kind of kid I was. I'll put that there. So Taco Bell, I don't have a lot of Taco Bell stuff. Maybe I only have two things. I have this kind of neat bag, which has the restaurant on it, which is pretty cool. And then I have this sort of pile of stuff that was for the construction of an actual Taco Bell restaurant that they were building. So here's, we've got the mascot character, which is not been seen in many, many years. And so they were building it. Where were they building it? Here's this. Burlingame, California, it looks like. Here's the building contract. Oh, in the city of Fremont. Here's another thing. And then we've got the blueprints for the restaurant. So you can see like the patio and how many parking places there were and just everything. So if anybody ever wants to build an old time Taco Bell, I got you covered. Give me a call. So we did the Del Taco. Couple little pizza things. I must have some more shaky stuff. Here's like a little postcard for your birthday. So, that's a way they would track you. They get you to send this in, and then they'd send you a postcard for your birthday, and they would know where to do direct mail postcards and stuff. This is really cool. I think Brandon turned these up. They're little spaghetti takeout boxes from Pizza Hut, unused. It's really cool because it's foil in there to keep it warm. It's got stuff on all the sides, but just a neat little Pizza Hut piece, which that's the thing. I wonder if it's there in Fremont too. We could probably look it up. Probably still is there. I wouldn't be surprised. IHOP, which I don't have a lot of IHOP stuff. 1977. It's a calendar. I think it's a calendar and game book. So it's got all this stuff. It's very cool. And actually, when does it start? So it starts in April of 77, and then it goes till probably to March of 78. But there's all sorts of coupons and stuff in the back. Family portrait of these weird characters. which seem very Knott's Berry Tales sort of related. For those of you that Ohio Envelope, Cincinnati, Ohio, Sherman Oaks. Cartoon designed by Art Leonardi. So, if anybody knows Art Leonardi, give him a hey. Vandy Camp's Coffee Shop. Cute little kids. Another birthday club card. Dog and Suds, which is a family drive-in, which my buddy Kevin Burkett, I think, used to collect Dog and Suds. Another thing you can collect, placemats. This is getting a little out of fast food, going more into restaurant. I don't really collect a lot of restaurant, but I think this is the only In-N-Out Burger thing I have. Once again, In-N-Out Burger never really did promotions, so you'd have to, I think, packaging and some other light paper goods is about all you're ever going to find. As opposed to like Sambo's, which there is tons and tons of stuff. I think Sambo's is now officially gone. I think there was one left. I think that finally got the boot because of all the old racist connotations. But there are people that have gigantic Sambo's collections. There's just an infinite amount of stuff. Mr. Steak. I used to collect these menu masks. I only have a few left, but this Mr. Steak one, just really nice art on that one. Really, really, really nice. Let's see. So just a couple McDonald's things. Super cool little promo postcard. But just really nice image of Ronald. You know? I don't know why I have this still. Most of this stuff I hadn't gotten rid of. Oh, and look. A Mayor O'Grimacy in the middle of this for some reason. You know, this is back when they were hitting the metric thing. We were all supposed to... They tried to make America go metric, and it did not work. Mr. Steak is awesome. Yeah. These ones are really strange. Just like that weird Jack in the Box thing. These are things that never really got made. As you can see, they're hand-inked. So somebody made these placemats, put all these jokes on there, and hand-inked these things, probably as a pitch of something to do, and then they never got made, and so then they got put in a file, and then they end up at the flea market. Now they ended up here. Tastee Freeze. Chicken Delight, put that there. With the cool little TNF. This stuff's kind of ice cream related, but kind of fast food related. And then they did some comics. I actually have some of the original art for one of these comics. These comics are pretty common, but they're still really nice. I mean, you know, look at this cool ice cream cone-headed guy. And then Tastee Freeze a little later had this character called Lil T. Who's, what does it say about him? Little T, it doesn't actually say anything. This is from like 76. So I'm Little T, put your pencils in me. So it's a little pencil box, a little punch out pencil box. And the one super cool Little T thing that I have is this really cool little puppet, I'm Little T. And he's got like these really weird arms, which are sort of placed. And he kind of looks like a little troll or something, even though it's supposed to be like ice cream, I guess. I guess that's chocolate ice cream on top of him, and then he is supposed to be the yellow of the ice cream. I like him. Him I like. Ooh, it's getting warm in here. A couple of Chicken Delight things. I've had a few Chicken Delight menus through the years. They're really nice. They're really kind of simple. This one's beautiful. Like a little die cut menu. I don't know if we had Chicken Delight here in SoCal. Maybe we did. And that's their whole, don't cook tonight, call Chicken Delight. Yeah. It's just really, really cute little die cut. And of course that's another whole thing you could spend your lifetime collecting is menus. Oh, we did Pioneer Pete, but this one was misplaced. I sort of was organized. I mean, how cool would it be to have that Pioneer Pete costume? Oh my God, that would be cool. And this is once again is another another company. Oh, here we go. This thing. Here we go. These are all things that you could order, like the watch and the cigarette lighter and the other watch and the towels and the clocks and a mug. Ooh, that mug's pretty cool. Money clip, keychain, walnut-based pen desk set for $7.70. And that just shows you how deep things are. You know, you could search probably Pioneer Pete and Pioneer Chicken on eBay for your entire life and not find 3 of the things on that list. Don't have a lot of Carl's Jr. This one I think it's a little early menu mask, probably for when it was a restaurant as opposed to as much of a takeout as it is now. Nice little newspaper ad, which once again, yeah, Jason always spends time with the newspaper stuff. A tray. And it's really cool because this is a fiberglass tray, and as you can see, they use like a burlap, and that's real burlap inside there. So they would, you know, put the fiberglass down, this is a decal, so they'd slap that decal down, and then they'd run it through some sort of fiberglassing machine. I don't know how that works, but it's really cool. Really, really neat. I like that one. Oh, man, I'm low on energy today, but I'm going to keep going. Never say stop. This one's really great. I've had this a couple of times. It's a Der Wiener Schnitzel bank, and then when you fold it up, the little Wiener Schnitzel guy is in the thing. This one's never been folded, and it's really stiff and nice condition. Orange Julius. This is a cup. And then I also have a little Orange Julius iron-on. From Dairy Queen. I don't have much Dairy Queen. Little ice cream thing. This, although not fast food, is kind of cool. Oh, have you ever owned any mascot costumes? I have. I don't think I've ever owned any actual mascot costumes. They're large. I've seen, you know, I've known people that have owned the Mr. Peanut one, which is cool. 7-Eleven Magic Club. It's pretty neat. Yes, I did build a Mr. Toast costume. Actually, I built 3 Mr. Toast costumes. I think I built 3. I built 3 Mr. Toast costumes. I built a full-size Shaky Bacon. I built lots of things that are too big. And, of course, I've had to get rid of them over the years. Baskin Robbins. These are the little, not menu, but the little list of all the available flavors each month. And if you go back to the Signs episode, I think Brandon found these. And they're just really cool because, you know, some of them have the art on there. Just so wonderfully ephemeral. That's what I love. I love just stuff that is so meant to be thrown away and then sort of ends up in my hands anyways. A&W burgers. Baby Burger. Papa Burger. Another Papa Burger. Mama Burger. And Super Papa Burger. So, most of the different ones of those. Got some extra Super Papa Burgers if anybody's desperately looking for one of those. Nice little picture of the A&W Root Bear mascot costume, since we were talking about mascot costumes. And this one's really fun. You see this and you're like, okay, it's a weird little prehistoric fossils thing. And it's from Taco Bell, 1973. And I remember getting one of these when I was a kid. And then I was able to find one of these, like, I think I found it out in the field. I don't remember where I found it. But, you know, it's just like one of those, like, talk about an obscure memory. Taco Bell does this weird little fossils premium where it's a little booklet and then someone has glued, you know, an actual fossil in a box And then some kid, some wonderfully silly little kid saved one of those just so I could find it again and relive that memory. And that's one of the things about memories and collecting is a lot of the search, it's to sort of reclaim those memories. Then you reclaim them, and then your memory becomes the memory of the new object that you have, and so then the old memory kind of gets lost. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like I said, it's very hot here. I turned off the fan because the fan blows into the microphone. It's been a long weekend too. Been a long 3.5 years. Burger Chef. This is one of my other favorite Burger Chef things. It's the Fun Burger, the wrapper, unused. And years ago, bought like a collection of Burger Chef stuff, and there were all these boxes. And they did kind of a, sort of an original Happy Meal thing. And these are what the boxes are like. They have these characters, a Frankenstein and a Dracula, who all have names. Krankenberger, and then I think the Dracula's guy's name is Fangburger. And so these are all numbered, and they pop up. See, they have numbers on them, 19. These are like some of the most complex things ever. So they're hard to do. So they have a pop. They pop up. Oh, this is getting bent. They pop up, and then you fold in the two things. Then they have punch outs. This is punch out, and then there's more punch out on the bottom. So the only way you want to find these things is as mint flats, because when you find them not as mint flats, they're just like piles of junk. They've just been taken apart. And of course, these are the nicest ones, the Halloween sort of monstery ones. I don't know if they did them just for Halloween or if they just 73. I don't know. Oh, July of 74. So it wasn't just for Halloween. But they have some magic ones, magic trips. The Baron, and then this I think has a punch-out airplane. The Seaside, and there's like a purple monster. This one's like outer space. Let's see if we can get this one going. Yeah, look how cool that is. Once again, just great art. It looks like they had one guy doing it or one studio doing it, and they were very consistent on it. Cow. I should be opening up most of these because the interesting stuff's on the inside. Arctic. Theater. Nice. Oh, this one just sort of pops up. Okay. This one has a pirate kit, which just comes with a beard, which is very cool. Like, just look at all the work that goes into something like this that exists for like 1 month, is literally all meant to be thrown away. And that's, I'm a comic book kid. I still am into comic books. And it's the same sort of thing, Sadly, not as many people have these, and it's not as easy, not as easy to collect. I think, how many people can try to complete their set of all, I think there's like 32 of these or something. They like making like these little monies too. Put the money in a lot of them. And then the last little bit of these are these really great, these are like, I think, super cool. These are the fun burger, these are the burger boxes. And these ones I think are about 10 times nicer than those. So this one's like Little Haunted House. And so you get your fun burger, and then you'd make your little haunted house out of it. Like, wow. I mean, like, look at these graphics. Our fun boxes make terrific toys, Jeff. Kids can build all the kind of things with them, Burger Chef. It's just gorgeous. So there's like 3 different colors of the fun burger ones, and then the haunted house one. And since these all came from a company guy, 74, did that nice little date stamp. A couple little nice signs. Let's hold them so you can actually see the graphics. And another sign. We're winding down a little bit. Baskin Robbins, another Baskin Robbins little comic book from 79. Just like, once again, not the best artwork in the world, but pretty underground and fun. This one came from 434 North Tustin Avenue, Orange, California. Okay. Right in my childhood neck of the woods. Der Wiener Schnitzel cups with this super cool hot dog guy. These I love. Outer space one, western one, and fun ride, kind of a marine landy one. I have a feeling there might be more of these. And I used to collect the plastic cups. I used to have maybe 60 or 70 or 80 different fast food and other related ones. Got rid of most of them. I posted these pictures on Instagram. These are really these cool Der Wiener Schnitzel planes, and they're not paper. They're kind of a plastic, so they probably flew really well. Really, really pretty. The graphics are really nice, and the design's really cool too. Last little thing to sort of run through. Puppets. So one thing I did save was not a full set necessarily, but a decent little collection of the Jack in the Box ones. And of course Grimace, there's like a Grimace where he has 4 arms, which of course is the cooler Grimace. Mayor McCheese. Earlier Mayor McCheese. And there are a bunch of different Ronald bag puppets. If you want to spend a lifetime, you can look for there's probably 6, 8, 10 different, who knows. Burger King. There's the very original Burger King, who's horrible. Then there's the cool 70s Burger King. Another one of the 70s Burger King. And then the real super 70s Burger King, which is now the horror Burger King of all the current commercials. It's like an IHOP clown with kids menu on it. It's fun. Couple of Pizza Hut Pete's. And you can see, you can just sort of see the design evolution. This one's the earlier one. This one's the sort of, let's just make it not as complex. Yeah, bag puppets are fun to collect. They certainly, I loved them when I was a kid. Mr. Steak. Here's that sort of Der Wiener Schnitzel guy. A little different. I'm not typically a big Der Wiener dog fan, but the puppet's nice, and those little planes were super nice. So, a lot of these things, they'll sort of start out nice, and then they'll get weirder and weirder. Burger Chef and Jeff, this is not a puppet, but an inflatable. So you'd blow them up, and then you'd sort of tie this off, and it'd be like sort of a balloon. And even more puppets of other things. Little Burger Chef premiums. Little Carl's Jr. spinning top. This one's fun. This is a quantity. Yogi Bear's honey fried chicken. I don't think I have anything Peppy Parker, which is sad. And so probably what they would do is they'd probably sell like a recipe or a mix, and these boxes, and then you could have Yogi Bear's fried chicken at your whatever. Could be a restaurant, could be fast food joint, or fast food stand, those kind of things. These are really cool. I didn't find all of them, but these are Tastee Freeze signs, and these are the signs they would have put up in the back. And it's nice because you can see all the different packaging. Here's the corn dog packaging. Here's the fish sandwich. There's also this really cool, it's a clear overlay that they made. So may we recommend. And then the last one, this is the one actually should probably be on the wall. Holy moly. There it is. The nice drink, the nice fries, the nice burger. I have a little patch of this guy, which I had pulled. Oh, there it is. It fell on the ground. And I'm like, where is that? Oh, man. That is cool. And then, oh, dog just came out. Oh, she wants to go. This is Chili Willy frozen drink, which is a Slurpee kind of thing. But yeah, we had the Tastee Freeze right up on our way to South Coast Plaza. We'd go there, and my dad and my brothers would get the chocolate dipped cones, which I don't like. I never liked vanilla ice cream when I was a kid, so I never got those. Knowing me, I probably just got a bag of fries or something. So it's 10:57. That's fast food. Some fun stuff in there. I mean, actually, a lot of fun stuff in there, including Little T. Bye, everybody. Next week, we're going to hit it with candy and gum, and that's probably going to be the final Krazy Kids Food Live. I'm going to do a couple of Krazy Kids Food, or Krazy Kids stuff specials. For Halloween, I'm gonna do a live stream and do all the Imagineering stuff, which is the little kits, the scar stuff and the vampire blood. I have a whole box of that stuff, so maybe we'll do that like the weekend before Halloween or something. This episode made me hungry. Yeah, fast food. But as you can see, Jack in the Box was always my focus. Yeah, so. Thanks, everybody who hung in there through this one. Hopefully it's not as hot where you're at. It's going to be 112 or 115 today. Ooh, make sure I didn't miss anything around here. I think I got most everything. These like Burger Chef Premiums are really cool. A little mobile. Another little one with the thing. So that's that. There's my mom, Nerd Squared. Hope you're doing okay in Florida. And hope you're all hanging in there and survive what's left of this summer. Thanks, Global Pop Culture. Hope you enjoyed the show. And maybe we'll be seeing some of you next time. Bye-bye.